including Revan here, who we know is very good at this matchup and just beat, another one of the best players in the world in Bono Bono.
Yeah. I mean, what a weekend we've seen for Revan. Of course, the last big tournament that he was at, taking out Wizrobe, now taking out Bono Bono like you mentioned before. It's insane.
Yeah. Both of these players are really still on the rise. They're still getting better, which is really insane. They're only placing better and better than they have.
For me, this is the next generation.
It absolutely is, yeah. And Revan's such a student of this game,
Well, he's going to need to study up.
Yeah.
Stranded. Already taking a very quick stock in under 30. Now, the pacing of this game, I feel like it's going to be a bit more akin to the last game that we saw, right? Very slow, very methodical, very calculated.
I don't know. Stranded can be a very aggressive player at times.
That's true.
I think Revan also can be aggressive, but I think for Revan, the pace would be it would be beneficial for the pace to go more methodical, as you said. But I think Stranded, it would behoove him to kind of force himself on Revan.
And that's not to say that these whippersnappers don't have patience,
Yeah.
But definitely, I feel like there's an attribute to that especially whenever you're younger in blood, you're definitely more hot-headed. You're more eager to go in.
Stranded's the definition of hot-headed in this community too. You ask anyone, great kid, but definitely the definition of hot-headed. You'll see him when he's down and out. I mean, that's how Revan could win this set. Or anyone can beat Stranded. They have to get him flustered.
Yeah, it's one of those things where someone who maybe wears their heart on their sleeve has to figure out a way to cover it up.
Yes, absolutely, and
all of that. Whenever you're naturally like that, and you already have this kind of weight on you to perform at this large of a stage, it just compounds and multiplies.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think he definitely feels the pressure to perform when people see just how skilled he is in general in movement at this game, and some of the combos and things that he does. But I think he's definitely matured a lot in the years. He's always been a good kid. They're a great family, just really good people. But his maturity he's come a long way.
Definitely, and such a way. If he could make top 8 here, I mean, this is again another player who I feel has eluded the top 8 stage at these majors for so long. He has always been on the cusp. Maybe the only exemption for that might have been Zenith, I believe,
right,
2 years back.
Yeah,
way back in the day. And my, has the game changed since then?
Yes, it has. Man, we haven't had a Zenith in years.
Yeah. But, we've spoken a lot outside of the game. When we look into the game itself, what are we going to be expecting in this matchup?
Well, right now, Stranded looks really strong. He's been able to avoid. That's a very smart down tilt on the platform. But Stranded quickly and perfectly gets back to the ledge. But another smart finish from Revan. He knows. And look, so Revan is playing smart, right? Revan is a smart person, very smart guy. He's taunting like that because he's playing Stranded. He wants to get in Stranded's head.
Yeah.
And I'm sure after the game, no matter what, he's going to be totally cool and friendly. But he knows that that's something he needs. It's a tool that he needs to beat this opponent. So he's going to do it. And that's my opinion on it. He may say something different after the match, but Stranded's speed and skills are phenomenal. So, and look at that DI,
I mean, anybody else, that downer would have more than likely KO'd them, but instead, you see the great DI from Stranded. Honestly, when I look at the two players, it's very juxtaposing. When I look at Stranded, it's fire. He always brings this intensity, this emotion to every single match. Revan, on the other hand, it's ice, it's cool, it's calm, it's
optimal, and
optimal.
Calculated is absolutely true. Look at that, and that's a beautiful thing that we don't see a lot of Kirby's do. If you get a down air on someone and it pops them up smash. That's maybe the really one good use for up smash when you have time for it.
Those little minute uses. That's one of the things whenever we talk about how calculated Revan can be, just to know when to use each tool to its maximum efficiency.
Yeah, and we may have seen him starting to get in Stranded's head. Stranded was playing very cautious and really good, calm approaches and doing very well. But right now, Revan's brought this game back to his favor. I would say it would have been it's very hard to say who's the favorite in this match from the get-go.
I mean, from a pure matchup standpoint, Pikachu has the advantage. But Revan has had such a mythical year.
Yes, and he's very good at the matchup. We saw Isaiah do it. Stranded a very different type of Pikachu than Isaiah. It's weird to say, but dare I say more technical in certain ways.
No, I can believe that.
More zip-zappy.
I can definitely believe that. It's the same way that LD has probably a more technical Fox than Isaiah does. But the difference is Isaiah is I feel, the player who's seen all these situations so many times that it's not even a reaction. It's just knowing ahead of time what to do.
Yeah, and the spacing is apparent in his mind like no one else's. And
maybe
and he's still so quick through platforms.
And despite the very early lead that we saw from Stranded, Revan has been able to not only tie the game up, but go a step further and actually take the lead himself.
Yeah, and that was a great F-tilt to lead into that Edgehog ledge hop nair. So right now, Stranded, yeah, with a really strong lead initially, but at least now right back in it after falling behind. Uh-oh. And Stranded with some good DI to avoid a Revan combo.
Oh, gotta watch out, but nowhere to run.
Wow.
And that was so tough. Like, the window to DI was so minute there.
Yeah, and Stranded with some pretty good DI, a really good try at it, but just not enough to get him away from that.
I think our backdrop fell in hype. I don't know if that's supposed to happen.
I think we can should we just...
Yeah, we're just going to go ahead and plop that right back.
The airfoot's like a parachute. Yeah. There you go.
When the backdrop can't handle the intensity, that's how you know.
Yeah.
Let's go back and talk about what just happened, right? Stranded, of course, opening up with a very early lead, only to see Revan go and take it right back from him.
Yeah, and then end up Stranded almost bringing it back, to stock a piece. But Revan Revan taking it. Stranded DIing those combos really well. He knows what Revan's going to try, right? Revan gets you on a platform with those up tilts. He wants that weak back air into some kind of kill move, right? He's not really looking for the nair as much as he'd rather get a down air or an up B. Oh, and interesting that he would just choose to go for a single back air. Oh, but that'll do it because he's got no more jumps.
That's right. Remember, anytime that you go for that final cutter to recover, you essentially expend all the jumps, even any that may have remained.
Yeah, so you've got none once you try that. So, but yeah, so Stranded DI'd really well against those up tilts to try to avoid a quick stock. But Revan was able to just, I don't know, he caught him in that down air, and despite the good DI, Revan just kept following up and took that game.
And I'm sure he runs this matchup all the time with Kiro. He has to, right?
I would assume so. But I know Revan runs this matchup all the time with another very technical Pika named the Z.
Yeah, that's true. Canada in full force at this event with the Z, of course, for the first time beating Tacos, I believe, in tournament, right?
Yeah, first time. And recently got his first victory over Kiro in tournament as well. So the Z is really on fire these days.
Great year for the Z, a great year for Revan, great year for Canada overall.
Oh, that's a great up air. Ooh, that'll do it. Revan always knows those percentages, so heads up in that situation.
Yeah, and I don't think that would have actually KO'd if it wasn't for that top platform specifically.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but he knows when and he knows where.
Exactly.
And he doesn't use that grab in neutral that often unless you're at that percentage, so you kind of forget about it, until he uses it and you're like, wow, that was totally open. I left that wide open.
Oh, that's a great back air.
Yeah.
Grants him so much control of the stage. Revan
Should
now
be a stock here.
Yeah, and that's one thing from Stranded this entire game. He has not been dropping those edge guards. In this matchup especially, ensuring that Kirby, every time he's off of the stage, he doesn't get back, is hyper-critical.
Yeah, he's been very good at that. He's been able to zip-zap to the ledge and drop off. And, oh, here we go.
Great DI, though, from Revan. I mean,
Revan DIs those. He knows the Pikachu standard combos on Kirby. as like a good Pikachu player playing against Kirby, you should know the combos so you can perform them. But Revan knows them because he knows how to DI out of them.
Now, I wonder if Revan is going to start mixing up when he actually chooses the recovery option, right? Instead of going for an option which will guarantee grab the ledge, maybe start it a bit earlier, so when Stranded tries to go in for the edge guard, it's a trade instead.
Yeah, maybe or throw out a down air, go high. I'm not sure what his best option is. He's got to make sure he wins the neutral a little more and isn't off the stage as much, because right now he's down 4-2 and Stranded looking good.
Yeah.
He tries that down air, but it won't trade because Pikachu's up air is disjointed. Stranded's just outspacing him right now.
Definitely.
Oh, and that's a great hold. He hangs back on that up B.
Yeah, and that's what we're talking about, just changing up the recovery
Yeah.
ever so slightly. Now Stranded is unable to get the edge guard for free, if you will. And that's, of course, being used very loosely because, my God, to get that kind of precision so many times, it's tough. Oh, speaking of precision,
And he gets that push off.
Revan has just evened up the stock count in a
Wow.
matter of seconds.
When you're shielding against Kirby and you're on the edge, if he uses a down air, he can push you off. If you're close to the edge, he can push you off, and then you get spiked. And that's what happened there. And then he just continued putting those down airs exactly where Stranded needed to go.
And speaking of putting back airs where you need them to go.
Oh, wow, and that's another great recovery.
Maybe a great opportunity for Revan as well. We saw down air KO last time. Maybe we can see another straight-ahead recovery from Stranded.
Smart. It was very
Yeah.
smart.
Trying to get out of trouble as quick as possible. Kirby, of course, not the best acceleration, I'd say. So it can be tough to catch, but Revan finds a way.
And that was actually smart of Stranded. Revan was really high, so Stranded didn't have many options. He tried to go low, and Revan read it, and his reaction on his own attack, he down aired, and his reaction was perfect. He saw that the up smash opportunity was there and took it. And that's a flub from Stranded. Stranded needs to get that.
He's never whiffed that before. It might be the nerves, and you can't have those now, not on this stage.
Nope. Yeah, and right now he's lucky to be alive still right now. And he can do this, though. He brought it right back.
That's right. But this entire time, remember Revan slowly downloading every single nanobit.
Yeah, and Stranded a very capable Punisher. Like we were saying before, that DI from Revan is intense. The thing that I would be looking to do here if I have high percentage and I want to take one stock is if you get a grab at 0% on Kirby, you forward throw, you run in and you up smash. And then you do like a nair, back air, or some kind of strong combo after your up smash. But Revan, if you get that forward throw, you'll still get the up smash, but Revan will DI it so far away that it messes up your whole combo.
That's the thing. We need to see Stranded adapt, not only because Revan has been getting the DI, but also because Revan has had exceptional DI. Wait a minute. Whoa! The edge! So lucky that it was able to
He's got to jump.
And snap him out of
Really
that.
smart to hesitate, hang back, and then go high.
Stranded.
Man, and Revan is spacing so good here.
And Stranded's been giving a second life here.
Yeah, he has. Really two second opportunities here. So for his sake, he really needs to capitalize because he is down 1-0. And he's got to remember, feel how hard this stock feels right now. Imagine if every stock was this hard. Just misses that nair.
And he doesn't have any other chances left.
He's got to look out for that grab because Revan can get a kill on a forward throw as well.
Almost. Not enough. Oh. That retreat was so smart. Another great trade.
All right, he's got Revan off the stage here.
Great nair!
That's good. He needs. That's
it.
Stranded. What a composed. This is a much more mature, composed Stranded than we've seen previously. And we see his brother right behind him and some other Kuroshio members. Caesar in the background. Skyfire, retired kind of Kuroshio member. They're all supporting each other. Crypto is there. He's a supporter of Tommy as well. So he's composed. He's not freaking out that he won either. You can just see this. He's got this level of maturity. This is still, this is 1-1. Yeah. He's like, cool, next game. He had a couple second chances at life. And Revan trying to rethink some things here.
So good on him also to adapt to Revan's early recoveries. Because he was getting away with that throughout the mid game, but Stranded made the adaptation that was so important in the late. Game 3, tied up at 1 apiece.
So Revan goes red. You've seen him do that before.
The blood Kirby, he means business. Maybe trying to bring out some of the fire himself.
Oh, and Revan's so good at knowing when those weak bears are good or when he's just using air. Oh, good roll down tilt. He looked like he was in some trouble.
Of course here, again, a best of 5.
Oh. I don't know if Stranded wanted to dash in and grab there, but he...
Just little glancing blows left and right. Nothing substantial yet.
Right. Kind of just still chipping, but Stranded at 115.
Yeah, the chip damage definitely adds up, but this is tricky for Kirby as well. These higher percents, it can be tough to actually land a succinct KO. The up tilt, no longer really a combo option. Sometimes you just need that hard read.
So Kirby, or Pikachu rather, I mean, if he lands an up tilt, would be in a good position. You know, either for just a back air or a weak nair to back air.
You know Revan wants that downer. He wants to get the same pop-up that he did previously to lead into the up smash.
Into an up smash, yeah. Or a tech chase with a forward air, or even a throw. This will do it.
Yeah, I'll definitely do it on that top platform. And so smart entirely, right? Either he's setting himself in a position where he can get the downer for the pop-up into the up smash, or he's at the very least baiting Stranded to go airborne. He ends up meeting him in the platform, and that's guaranteed to go off the ramp.
Yeah, and you know, like, when you... On a platform, typically with Kirby, you want to keep him in shield, try to shield break if they have a low enough percent or whatever, but... Oh, and you know... Wow, he's not going to make it.
That hurts so much.
Wow.
And one of the rare mistakes we've actually seen from Stranded whenever it comes to the edge guard.
But he's staying composed, and that's what you like to see. I mean, usually, previously would have seen him kind of freak out when things don't go his way in those situations. So, but we see him very composed here. Oh, and he wanted to run off nair or something. Revan knew, Revan waited and up tilted. That was really nice. A lot of pressure here from Revan. Oh, and look at that. So heads up not to hit him off of the platform.
JJ, let's remember, this is the first time in this series that Revan has actually had the advantage in the mid game. So far, it's been Stranded who's been taking these initial stocks, and then Revan forced to catch up.
Right.
And honestly, I feel like when you're going against Kirby, he's the kind of character where you need to have the lead. You know?
Yeah.
He's one of those characters who I feel at times is almost content with making trades and constantly chipping away at you, because if he gets you off stage, that's when he's at his, and a lot of times at his strongest.
We see him up 2 stocks now, so I mean, even if you attribute to Stranded making a mistake, I mean, that's only 1 stock, so, but he's up 2 here, so he's a solid 2 stocks, and
maybe getting to him.
He's playing better right now in neutral. Stranded's having a tough time getting his hits in. When Stranded makes an approach, Revan's almost was baiting that approach, up tilted him. Then on pressure on platform, Revan's been right on point, knowing either he has to throw at it or if he's pinning Stranded in his shield, knowing not to push him off the platform.
Just so much going on in his head all at once. Now is not the time to autopilot.
No, and that was a great up B. Revan was looking for him to go high from that angle, and he knew he had to sneak underneath.
And he tried to sneak another recovery.
Yeah, that wasn't the angle, obviously.
This is not looking like Stranded's game right now.
No, it isn't.
Revan's composure, his calculated style, just too much. And what a finish for the Canadians there.
And that's a quick rage quit, a technical rage quit from Stranded. But this, again, is a best of 5. I think Stranded maybe wanted an up tilt there, and Revan just kind of went right in.
Wow. Pixel perfect.
Oh, please don't do it, Stranded. I think well...
Has Revan broken him?
If he's thinking about switching off Pikachu, then I think so.
Has Ice truly overwhelmed Fire?
Wow.
Lingering on Falcon. Kiro has said that in his eyes, Stranded has the fastest, most technical Falcon in the United States.
But that's just a matchup that's going to be really tough against Revan. If you get touched in neutral, the thing is, typically in the matchup of Pikachu and Kirby, when you get touched in neutral as Pikachu, you don't expect at 0%, you don't expect to lose your stock.
Yeah.
Whereas Revan and players at this level make that a real possibility. But I mean, Falcon or Fox, not only is it a possibility, but it's a likelihood. It's a likely scenario, you know?
Exactly. Stranded. I'm looking at Stranded right now on the player cam in the game screen, and he doesn't look composed.
Yeah, I think he's not either. He thought of switching. He's kind of getting a little aggressive there.
Revan has just been getting the better of Stranded on those top platform exchanges consistently. Whether it's with the grabs or with the forwarders, he's still consistently winning.
And that's a great read right there. Stranded almost makes it back, but Revan covers it. And there's some good DI there from Stranded as well. So can he keep his composure mid-game being down a stock? That hang back from Revan is perfect. And that is adaptation at its finest. He knows that Strand's going to try the F-tilt, which is a great move against a Kirby recovering like that. But he perfectly hangs back so that he hits Stranded and doesn't get hit.
Definitely like that very nebulous zone, right?
Yeah, it's very difficult to do, too.
Stranded choosing to bail out. I think during this time, he just needs to talk to himself, calm himself down. But at the same time, he also has to try to figure out what all has been going wrong in this match.
Yeah, I think he needs to slow the game down. He needs to really, really slow this down. Slow himself down for a little bit, unless he gets a hit, and then he needs to go in.
Great.
That was great spacing.
Yeah, that spacing battle was very nice.
Man, that was such good spacing from Revan. I mean, both of them were just kind of floating near each other. No one put out a hitbox. Stranded could have put out a back air when they were that close, I think. I mean, I guess Revan would have double jumped. You know, he might have. Oh, wow. Oh, man.
To get caught by the down air.
That's the first time I think Revan's forward thrown. Oh, that's smart. That's the first time I think Revan's forward thrown and Stranded's lived.
Yeah, I don't think Stranded's going to get away with another Thunder like that, though.
No, he might have used it too early. He should have saved it until it was going to take a stock, you know?
That throw's going to get out.
Yeah. So Revan way up. And that's one of those things that you don't want to bust out too often, right? That Thunder, where it worked there, but you really want to save that for the point where it'll actually take a stock.
Now down 3 stocks.
Oh, and not a good. Oh, wow.
Zap.
Yeah. And that wasn't, you know, a Stranded-esque zip-zap ledge cancel, so.
There's just those moments, and I know everyone at home has felt it, whether it's in-game or in life, but you are trying to accomplish some sort of a task, and you feel like everything is just going so horribly wrong.
Right, and oh, that was beautiful, to go underneath and then up. And Revan, I guess, finally just feeling like he's in control of this, whereas, you know, game 1, he was down 4-2. Just plays so optimal, and he's just relying on the things that he knows, you know. He knows where he's safe, and he knows exactly when to attack, because he's not overextending himself at all. If he's going to hit, he will hit.
Stranded just trying to shark underneath. Gets the back air. Starting to win some of the top platform exchanges that Revan was getting the better of.
Yeah, and after he got that back air, you see he didn't follow up. But had he followed up, it wouldn't have worked out for him. Revan landed on the ground, and he just turned around, put his back toward Pika, and he didn't up tilt because he only was going to up tilt if Stranded came in. Stranded did not come in, so if they reset to neutral. But Revan was waiting with that up tilt.
Stranded potentially on the verge of going down yet another stock here. I'm looking at time and thinking of that as a factor, as in
it is a factor.
The time
Stranded
to make the comeback. This is a great start.
Yeah.
Revan again, just with these recoveries, so crisp. The bait.
And a forward throw can take this stock. Revan can take another stock, and I think he looked for a grab. Oh, and there again, you see. Stranded has to be very careful. Oh,
tricky, but Revan
stock.
sees right through it.
I think maybe he wanted to go right to the ledge. He thought he was far enough on the left side where he would get to the ledge. So down to his last stock in this tournament, and Revan with 4 stocks and only 2.5 minutes, or 2:45 on the timer.
You can play this as slow as you want if you're Revan right now.
Yep, he's can air camp so hard. And he's got a whole game to play with. Look at him killing the clock before even coming out of invincibility.
He'll take every single second away from Stranded here.
Yep.
Truly a mark of one of the finest players. Making sure that you can take every resource away from your opponent. Ensure they have nothing. And this might be it for Stranded. Ends up landing on the platform. Stranded again, a second life.
If that combo was, you know, over the edge, that would have been trouble. Obviously still trouble, but
crossing over 2 minutes.
This is an edge guard situation, which looks like it's going to be it. And that's it for Stranded. And Stranded with a really good try there against Revan, but Revan proving that he is just this ice-cold, amazing spacer that he's not going to let someone who's technical and fast take advantage of him. And he just knows his hitboxes and hurt boxes, and he doesn't leave himself vulnerable at all.
You know, he lost a game, but he got information. That was the biggest point for me. I saw him adapting whenever it came to making the approaches, making the recoveries. Everything was in Revan's favor by the end of that match. And Stranded, we saw at the end, he just did not have answers, while Revan had the cheat sheet.
Yeah, even that one stock that you said, I mean, you were like, well, this is a great start here. He had